Summer may be winding down, but we're still heating it up on this edition of the Center of It All. We explore all that the Bellefonte Arts and Crafts Fair has to offer. Stop by Ag Progress Days to check out the future of agriculture. And Mel is cooking up something I've been craving. These stories and more coming up next on the Center of It All. Hello and welcome to the Center of It All. We're here at the Grange Fair, and just recently Bellefonte held their Arts and Crafts Fair, one of their premier events. After 32 years, an event starts to become a tradition. And for many people in the Bellefonte area, August means it's time for the Arts and Crafts Fair, which has grown into quite a spectacle.
This is the fourth year of the fair in Talleyrand Park, and since then we have over 125 food vendors and artists that participate in the fair. Probably 60% are local, and the rest of them come from around Pennsylvania, and then we have outlying states that come in.
Of that 60%, there is Tammy DeCastro, who has been on the local fair circuit for a couple years.
I did the Arts Fest, the Central Pennsylvania Arts Festival last year and this year, and I did a show in Boalsburg, so I try to stay as local as I can. I sell handmade jewelry. I work with precious metal clay, which is a clay that has metal shavings in it and becomes a beautiful handmade piece of jewelry. And I work a lot with nature, leaves, anything that has to do with nature. I try to make an impression in my jewelry with it.
Taking home the Best Returning Artist Award, she is the only local artist to be awarded this year. Last year's Best in Show winner, James Burns, is happy to be back.
Mostly I do ornaments. The bowls are sort of extracurricular, kind of part hobby. I do other things in terms of flame working. That's worth noting. The bowls are made a very different way than the ornaments. They're both blown glass, but the ornaments are what's called flame worked. So I sit at a bench with a stationary torch and I remelt tubing and rod of glass. The skill set is a result of my training as a scientific glass blower. I made laboratory apparatus for 30 years or so, and then this is kind of my encore career, I think is what we call this now, but I don't do industrial glass anymore. It's all decorative now. It's lots of fun.
Although he is more familiar with the winter shows, he says the turnout during the summer is what keeps him coming back.
Locally, obviously I do a lot during the holiday season. I'm in State College at the Mount Nittany Middle School, their Winterfest, and I'll be over in Mifflinburg at their Christkindl Market. I did People's Choice last month, so it's fun. This is really, doing summer shows is new to me, so I'm pleased that people are interested in buying Christmas ornaments in June and July and August.
Historic Bellefonte Inc. has a ton of community-wide events. Log on to visitbellefonte.com for more things to do. When we come back on the Center of It All, we're at another late summer event. Welcome back. From the tractor pull to the livestock, the Grange Fair is big on showcasing agriculture. And for a look into the future of farming in Pennsylvania, we stop by Penn State Ag Progress Days. And check out this big girl right here.
Ag Progress Days has two purposes. Number one is to showcase the College of Agricultural Sciences and the different programs they do. So we're here to be able to showcase, one, to the producer, to help them be more profitable, but also to the general audience so that they know what their taxpayer dollars are paying for as far as research and new programming here at Penn State in the college. Second part of the show then is the commercial side of it. The commercial exhibitors, and this year we have almost 500 exhibitors, they pay the bills to put this show on. Their purpose in this show then, of course, is to bring their newest equipment. Maybe it's services, maybe it's technology, but what they want to do is they want to interact with that potential buyer, with that customer, with the true producer. So we're able to do that here at Ag Progress Days, where we bring the exhibitor and the producer together.
Other than being a hub for agricultural business, Ag Progress Days hold meaningful discussions. One topic of conversation was the future of the agribusiness in Pennsylvania.
The future of agriculture is critical to the economic development of the state. With more than 58,000 family farms and more than $7.5 billion in cash receipts annually from agricultural production, Pennsylvania farmers and agribusiness are the leading economic enterprise in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. To sustain and grow this industry, we must ensure that agriculture continues to have access to both human capital and financial capital.
3 Commonwealth secretaries addressed the issues facing the agricultural industry, specifically the workforce.
You know, part of our goal, and really that comes straight from the governor, is to, you know, provide for jobs that pay, schools that teach, and government that works. And jobs that pay in the agricultural industry are fairly significant. There are great opportunities in the agricultural industry, and we see that.
So the higher education is very important, but we really need to also re-energize, re-glamorize our career and technical training in schools, and we need to start on career education not in 11th and 12th grade, but in 4th and 5th and 6th grades, so that young people know there are exciting things that they can do, that there are lots of different ways to learn, and that you can choose to do something fun and that you love and make a good living at it.
Events like Ag Progress Days and other county fairs spark the interest of agriculture in younger Pennsylvanians.
We entertain the youth, whether it's kids climb, youth building, pedal tractors, corn maze. We have something for everyone.
For more of what's going on in the College of Agricultural Sciences, visit agsci.psu.edu. When we come back, Mel has got a meal perfect for that first tailgate of the season. Welcome back to the center of it all. We're hanging out at the Grange Fair, where there's no shortage of delicious food. But these food truck feasts are no match to Mel's tasty chicken wings.
Nothing screams game day louder than chicken wings. Whether you're cooking them at the stadium or at your home, you know that standing around the deep fryer, cooking wings in batches is time-consuming. These 8 wings alone, when I put them into the deep fryer, are going to take 13 minutes to cook. That's longer than WHVL gives me to do this entire segment. Today, my game plan is to show you how to make my seriously easy, seriously crispy, oven-fried chicken wings for a crowd without compromise. Let's get started. Purists will tell you there's no substitute for deep-fried chicken wings. I used to think that too. We all know they were invented at the Anchor Bar in Buffalo, New York by a late-night customer looking for pub grub. That's history, and I respect it. That said, chicken wings have enough internal and external fat to cook up really crispy in the oven, and that's what I'm doing now. I'm putting 2 dozen, that's about 4 pounds of chicken wings, in a bowl that has a tablespoon and a half of salt in the bottom of it, and the trick is to toss them not only with salt, but with a tablespoon of baking powder. Now, to make a long story short, there's going to be a chemical process here. And what happens is, when I put these wings on this tray, I'm going to put them in the refrigerator overnight to air dry. And the salt and the baking powder are going to draw the excess liquids and fats from the wings and the skin to the surface, which means when they go into the oven, the liquid is going to evaporate really fast, and it's going to make the chicken wings super crispy. Once they're evenly coated in the baking powder and salt mixture, I'm just laying them flat side by side on a rack in a baking pan. And what I'm going to do is put these in the refrigerator overnight to air dry for the same reason I told you before. It's going to draw the juices to the surface of the wings. So I've swapped out here today. I did a batch last night, and these are ready for the oven, and I'm just going to put them in at 475 degrees for about 55 minutes. Even though I can't call my wings buffalo wings because they're not deep fried, I can sauce them authentically. And that requires two things: hot sauce for tossing and blue cheese dressing for dipping. My hot sauce isn't even really a recipe. It's just a mixture of red hot and honey because I like it sweet and savory. But my blue cheese sauce is really special, and I'm going to make that now while my wings are finishing up in the oven. My buttermilk blue cheese and chive dressing is really special, and I serve it with a lot of things. It is sour cream, ½ a cup, and of course, like a lot of salad dressings, mayonnaise, ½ a cup. Just going to quickly stir those two together, and I'm going to add ½ a cup of buttermilk. Tangy, wonderful buttermilk. Stirred together. Now I've got a teaspoon of cayenne pepper sauce and a teaspoon of Worcestershire. And once that's pretty well blended, it is time for my spices. And there's quite a few of them going in here. I've got garlic powder and onion powder, minced garlic and minced onion, celery seed, sugar, salt, black pepper, and white pepper. These all incorporated. It's time for the star of the show, blue cheese, a good helping of it. That's a whole cup, a generous cup. And for some added onion flavor, nice and mild, picked fresh from my garden this morning, a ¼ cup of minced chives. I'm just going to cover this bowl and put this in the refrigerator for about ½ an hour, and it is going to thicken up, and then we're going to toss our wings. Our wings are out of the oven. They're super crispy on the outside, steaming hot, and it's time to toss them with a little bit of that wonderful cayenne honey sauce that I've made. And we're going to do that slowly because we don't want to drench them. We just want to coat them. And I'm going to start with about ½ a cup, which is about 4 of these small ladles, because we'll serve some more of that side. Just going to toss them. You can hear how crispy those are. Yep, ½ a cup, that's about right. And I'm just going to keep tossing these for a minute or two until the crispy skins have soaked up some of that really sweet and savory sauce. And then it's time to eat. Chicken wings. They're user-friendly. All you need is your fingertips and a stack of napkins. Pick one up, give it a dip, and prepare to nibble, gnaw, and chew. And these wings are finger-licking, lip-smacking good. For these and all my recipes, just go to my website.
Blue cheese and wings, the perfect combination. And remember, eat more chicken. When we come back, we check out a new event to celebrate living in one neighborhood. Welcome back to the center of it all. A summer academy for high school students who are blind or visually impaired took place on the Penn State campus this summer. The Summer Academy is a 3-week intensive program focused on enhancing students' independence.
The whole criteria and purpose of this program is to recruit and prepare students that are blind and visually impaired who are transitioning to college and post-secondary education. That's why they're here. The primary purpose of the program is to put these students in typical college environments and to assess their entry-level skills and then determine if they need follow-up training when they leave here back into their home community and prepare them between the time they are done with Summer Academy and then starting their college or secondary education careers.
The Academy is available at no cost to high school students who anticipate attending a 4-year college or 2-year technical school.
I plan on attending college. I want to do something in like the fashion designing field and culinary.
Supplying students with empowerment and independence through team building exercises, technology, and mobility instruction.
What we're attempting to do here is to show these young men and women that they are empowered to be independent and to introduce them to the tools and the skills and techniques they need to be independent, and operating, in their lives, daily lives. And the ultimate goal here is, even after college, is employment. And we're preparing them for their adulthood.
The favorite part would have to be probably the independence aspect of it, because before this I didn't really do too many things on my own, but after this program I feel like I could do a lot more on my own without my mom or dad helping me.
Throughout the 3-week program, the 24 students used assistive technologies and applications in a college classroom setting and to navigate around campus.
Learning Ally, Bookshare, and Blind Square. A lot of navigational apps for blind people and help assist with work. I think that's really going to come in handy especially for me in this school year coming up. So I'm kind of glad that was introduced to these apps because I do think they're going to help me a lot.
One of the disciplines here that's included in the curriculum for Summer Academy is assistive technology. They are exposed to and given a mini iPad, and they are taught how to use VoiceOver. It's a method of making the device talk. If you can't see the screen, they are given different apps on the iPad. One of them is the Blind Square GPS app that they're learning to use this year, which would help them navigate and get around. They're also learning how to use the things that Shania had mentioned in terms of Learning Ally and Bookshare for ways for them to access textbooks and make them accessible. So there's a lot of different components that go into this.
There's a few apps and a few tools they allowed us to try out and use that would make everything a lot easier.
From outdoor activities to learning how to use public transportation, for a lot of students, this academy took them out of their comfort zone.
I could take the bus. I usually don't take the bus because I'm too nervous and too scared I'm going to get lost. But now I could definitely use it, the buses and other public transportation.
I tried soccer for the first time. I did goalball for the first time. I did canoeing and rock climbing and a high ropes course. I wasn't quite sure if I was going to like them in the beginning, but I ended up loving every one of them.
It's just wonderful to see these students from all over come together, and you have students from everywhere. We have students coming from Philadelphia, very sophisticated travelers from urban areas. We have students coming from rural areas who basically live out on a farm. So it's wonderful to see these 24 students come together and have the opportunity to collaborate and to talk to their peers. And it's amazing when they enter to see them. They're all a little bit kind of fearful and don't know what to expect. And then in that third week to see that change in them, they gave you their own testimony in terms of how, they're feeling independent and empowered and going back to their home community, and being able to do some of the things that they hadn't attempted before.
Everybody here was so friendly and very helpful, and they helping each other, and they taught me a lot. The staff and the campers and students here.
This is the second year this program has been held at Penn State, giving the students the experience of living on a college campus. Taking place off campus is a new event to bring students and residents together. The State College Borough Office of Community Engagement is hosting a new event known as Living in One Neighborhood, or Lion Bash.
We want the long-term residents and the student residents to come together and celebrate community, build relationships, make a connection, really see this as an opportunity to have, for some first-time positive experiences with local government, police, but more importantly, just meeting your neighbors, whether it's a campus or community member, they're your neighbor in some capacity, and so let's join together with some good, fun, casual environment and great people and have some great conversation.
Incoming freshmen, returning students, and longtime residents are encouraged to attend.
Certainly an opportunity to have some fun, right? We have Pure Cane Sugar performing. We have Jersey Mike's facilitating a cornhole game. We have Pie Collective facilitating the photography booth with lots of fun accessories. We have Nittany Valley Legends doing Nittany Valley stories just to express and share and embrace a lot of the community history and opportunities to engage today. So we have tons of support. I mean, honestly, the list is pretty lengthy. We have 25 campus and community partners who will be present there at Lion Bash.
Thursday, once you're done with classes, stop by and just see what this event is like so you can understand what's it like being a person here who can give back to the community, or at least respect it enough to start branching out and connecting to people.
Lion Bash will take place Thursday, August 27th from 6 to 8:30 p.m. Visit lionbash.com for more information. That's all for this edition of the Center of It All. I'm going to get some fair food. Thanks for watching.